Hello, everybody. My name is Edward Andasola, and I'm here with Robert Hollis Jr. I have hooked up with him through the internet. I was browsing one night trying to find a better way for me and my family, and I just wanted to introduce him. He's been talking to me for a couple months now, mentoring me, trying to get me going into this success in minutes, and I'm excited to be here, and I'm ready for my adventure. Robert Hollis, take it away.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Eddie, for setting this up. I've been looking forward to doing an interview with you for quite a while. I know we've been talking a whole bunch over the phone, and the more that I get to know you, that I can just really tell that you're a really genuine guy. You really care about your family, and just like you said, just looking for a better way out there. And I know you've been really going through the system. You've been a great student as far as success in minutes, and I know you're going to be very, very successful with all the people that you work with as well. So it's an honor. Thank you so much for having me on.
All right, thank you. Um, One question I wanted to ask you is, what is success in minutes? Like, what? Explain to the people that don't know what it is, what it come in, what is it?
Awesome. Well, very great question. Success in Minutes very simply is just set up as a platform to train and mentor and coach people. I really believe that out there, especially in the world and also in the internet marketing world, that one of the biggest reasons why people aren't successful is they just don't have a mentor and they don't have a coach, or better yet, they just don't know what to do to become successful. One of my favorite books out there is The Science of Getting Rich. And, it talks about in the book is the 3% versus the 97%, basically meaning that, 97% of people are just working for the other 3%. The 3% own 97% of the money. And, it said in the book that it's very, very easy to become successful. You just find out what successful people are doing and do what they do, and you can have what they have. More importantly, if you can get mentored by somebody in the top 3%, your roadmap to success is pretty much already set up. You just got to put the work in. And that's really where Success in Minutes idea was kind of born. My father is mentored over 45 people now on how to make over $1 million from working from home. And, a lot of this stuff people just don't understand. So we put together a platform that somebody actually can opt in, just like you did, Eddie, for absolutely free, and start going through the training and mentorship to learn what it is to be an entrepreneur, to learn what it is to become successful. And you can either continue just to get all the free training and continue to learn and grow as a person, or decide to even upgrade and now start sharing this stuff with other people, and we'll pay you to do so. And top with that is get one-on-one coaching and mentorship, just like we're doing. So, really I know it seems like a really big a vision that we have, but we want to be able to mentor, train, and inspire over 1 million people for free. This isn't just about going out there and making money. It's really about helping people. And, my father taught me this principle a long time ago, and I really attribute all my success to this, is that when you focus on helping people, in return you have success. I know, Eddie, when we first talked, you said, listen, I was just looking online. I wasn't sure what I was trying to do. And I said, don't worry about it. I don't need your money. Why don't you
Yeah.
start going through the free training and learning? And we spent some time building a relationship, and then you made a decision one day that, hey, these guys have helped me out a lot. I want to work with them and make some money. And that's really what the system is set up to do.
Yes, exactly. Um, I mean, when I stumbled upon you guys, I was really just at a down place where I just was not happy with my job right now, and I'm just looking for a way out. So yeah, I mean, it's perfect. You come in here, you go baby steps, step by step. It tells you what to do, and it's as easy as that, really. But another question I had is, if it's that easy, why doesn't everybody do
That's a great question. Now,
it?
first off, I do want to say that it's not entirely that easy. You know, it is called, you got to put in the work. You know, there's a lot of great, inspirational quotes and videos out there. One of my favorite one is The Secret. Or another one is I could say is just like having faith. You know, I'm not here to touch on anybody's spiritual beliefs, but, you know, a lot of people believe that you can just have faith and you can pray and things will get better. But the thing about it is that, you know, God opens doors every single day. It's up to you if you want to walk through them or not. So, you know, there is effort and there is work to be put in. But I also believe that it is simple in a standpoint of what to do. Just most people honestly will not do it. You know, another example that I can give is like getting in shape. You know, a lot of people want to lose weight. You know, just like myself, I've always been, you know, I used to be a lot bigger and I've gotten pretty skinny over the years, and especially having a son now, I went from going skinny to now I'm growing outwards instead of, you know, this ways.
Yeah.
And we all know that becoming a ripped or getting in shape is easy, isn't it? It's simple, but
You
yet
got to put in the effort.
you got to put in the effort, exactly. And people always just look for the shortcut. You know, I love, it's like walking up to somebody in the gym and going, man, wow, you're in great shape. You know, you lost a bunch of weight really fast. How did you do that? Oh, well, it was really easy. You know, the first thing I did was really cut out, you know, as much sugars as I can, so I don't drink any more soda. I don't drink any more, you know, I cut out most of my sugars, and I cut out a lot of carbs, which is kind of hard. But then what I do is I go to the gym on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. And in the off days, I do cardio, so I'll go walk a mile. And, you know, it was hard work, but I stayed consistent with it for about 6 months, and now I'm in the best shape of my life.
Yeah.
And what most people say is, oh, you didn't take one of those pills that was on TV last night on the advertisement?
Yeah.
You
That you
know,
can eat anything you want, but you'll
yeah,
get skinny.
exactly. You didn't go to the doctor and do one of those procedures? It's
Yeah.
like, no, all I did was eat right and worked out. That's all. Yeah, so we all know what it is. It's all simple. It's just going back to that principle again, the 97 versus 3%. Successful people do what unsuccessful people are not willing to do. You know, the one thing I've seen about you, Eddie, is that the biggest reason why people don't become successful in something like this is they wake up in the morning, they're upset because they have to go to a job they don't like.
Yeah.
They get home, and instead of applying things to change, they get stuck in a rut. You know, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again expecting a different result. So
Yeah.
people come home, they rather just open a beer and watch the football game or do whatever they do, and then all of a sudden a year passes and they're in the same exact position they were the year before when they said they wanted change. So, you know, in my opinion, yes, it is actually very simple. You just got to apply yourself. Why doesn't everybody do it? The same reason why everybody's not in great shape. The same reason why, you know, a lot of people gave up on some of their dreams. You know, think about how many people wanted to be a lawyer, a doctor, an athlete, and just didn't apply the principles they knew that were there, and now they're stuck in the same situation. So it is a double-edged sword. I think it is pretty simple, but you do have to put in the work, and that's what makes it difficult for most people.
Yeah. Yeah. And another question I had is, who is Robert Hollis Jr.?
Who is Robert Hollis Jr.? Cool, great question, man. Really, you know, and it's funny because a lot of times, and I kind of get choked up when people say, you know, accolades about me and say that I'm all that in a bag of chips or whatever you want to quote. You know, I just always tell people that I'm a below average person that just attempted to do a couple above average things. You know, I grew up very, very poor, you know, with my mother in the very beginning, and my father was also very, very poor. And, you know, I dropped out of high school my freshman year to try to become a professional skater. I always really, really struggled in school. I got dyslexia and ADD. I, you know, was put in those special classes. So I just hated school. So I said, you know, whatever, I'm going to drop out my freshman year to try to become a professional skater. And, you know, of course, when that didn't work out, and didn't pay the bills, I started doing illegal things to make money. You know, I can't stress enough to everybody watching this is you become who you hang around. You can't. I should say it another way is misery just loves company. You know, it's really hard to succeed and excel in life when you surround yourself by people that are just holding you back every day. And, you know, I was in that situation. The people I hung around with influenced me to do illegal things to make money. And, you know, I'm not proud of it, but I got caught up in that as well. I've been to jail 4 times. And, you know, the last time, it took the last time for me to go to jail, for me to finally wake up and realize, listen, man, and, you know, in order for things to change, you know, I have to change. You know, I stopped hanging around with the same people. I drew a line in the sand and really started to work on myself and apply the principles that are in Success in Minutes. You know, my father taught me everything I know, and, you know, I really went, you know, from somebody that had no education, no work experience, a criminal background. I was financially broke, I was mentally broke, I was spiritually broke, you know, but I love the statement that Les Brown always says is that, you know, as long as if you fall down, as long as you can fall on your back, if you can look up, you can get up. And, you know, I started applying all these things, and, you know, I struggled for a little bit. You know, that's, I think, another thing, that misconception in these kind of businesses is that it's a get rich quick overnight thing, or that's just going to happen right away. And, you know, I struggled for about a year, not really making too much money. My second year, I made about $10,000. And then the beginning of my third year, within a matter of about 90 days, I was making over $3,000 a week residual. And was able to retire at age 30. I got a beach home, and you know, really who I am now to what I was before is completely different. You know, I'm telling everybody watching this right now is a leopard can change every spots it has. When I was, you know, 8 years ago before I started doing this stuff, I hated people. I was scared to do stuff like this. I didn't have that many friends, and all of them were negative, broke, skeptical people like I was. And, you know, I was able to completely change my life. And now the way that I look at, you know, my life moving forward is I just love helping people and helping people get out of, I guess, what you could say is the matrix. You know, that's why, you know, I love everybody I've worked with, and I've even seen you, Eddie, how much you've changed just in the last couple months of us talking and you going through the mentorship, because there's, you know, money is one thing and material things is another, but, you know, I love the quote is when you focus on helping people, in return you have success. And when you can really help somebody with their life, either, you know, financially, mentally, spiritually, it's one of the most rewarding things you can do in life. And that's another reason why I love Success in Minutes so much. So, you know, I consider myself, I guess you say, an entrepreneurial evangelist. I love my family. I just had a brand new son, and first and foremost, I'm a blue personality type. I like having fun. All the money that I usually get goes to having fun and doing fun things with my family. It's just who I am, and I don't think I'll ever change. So I guess that's kind of me in a nutshell.
That's great. Couldn't have said it better. That we've only been talking for a couple months, like I said, and I mean, I feel like I've known you forever. It just feels that comfortable, you know. And another question I had was about why should people join Success in Minutes better than any other group or anything out there, or you know, for the mentorship or anything.
Got you. I guess, you know, and I'm not here to say that Success in Minutes is the best end-all to be-all. You know, I consider it the best. I might be biased because, you know, my father and Bill and, you know, a couple of people we've worked with is put stuff in there. But, you know, I think the biggest or the best way to answer that is, you know, documentation beats conversation. You know, there is a lot of mentoring programs out there. There is a lot of training programs out there, and I understand that it could probably get confusing and maybe even more importantly is overwhelming, but you really got to look at the track record of who you call as a mentor. especially in internet marketing, ladies and gentlemen, there's so many, it's the wild, wild west, in my opinion. I mean, if somebody can go out, rent a nice car, they got a video camera on their computer and know how to set up a blog and a YouTube channel, they can now call themselves an expert. And what I really think is a coach and a mentor is somebody who's taught other people how to become successful. See, I still consider myself wanting to get there. I have been able to teach a lot of people how to make money, but I haven't been able to teach somebody how to make like $1 million, where somebody like my father has taught has taught 45 people to make $1 million. I mean, just go on his YouTube channel, go on his Facebook, and ask people what he's done for their lives. So, I think the biggest reason why this versus other ones is not only the documentation is there, it's credible, it's proven, and it stood the test of time, but also our price point. Like I said before, to get personal mentorship and to make money obviously has a cost, but name me any other mentoring training system out today that you can get hundreds and hundreds of hours of training for free. It's not out there.
Yeah, you're the only one I found.
Exactly. There's a lot of them that will give you like a course or a couple videos for free, maybe like an hour. But if you really want to know the secrets and you really want to get the goods, now you got to spend $500, $1,000, $5,000 for some of these systems, where we're going, listen, there's 150 hours of training for free. So I think those are probably the two biggest reasons is, A, find somebody who's documented, and B, find somebody who's actually in it to help people. Because if they are in it to help people, they should be willing to spend some time with you on Skype, be able to spend some time with you on the phone, and give you training for free. I know a lot of even people that are joining Success in Minutes, they start going through all the free training, and then they get a call from me or one of the people we work with, and it's like, oh my gosh, I can't believe you actually called me. I've signed up in like 20 of these things, and then maybe best I'll get is an email back from them or ad on Facebook. I've never had somebody take the time to call me up and actually try to help me. So, I think we're just really documented here to help people, honestly.
Yeah, that's so true, because actually before this one, I was in another company, and the only time I talked to that person was getting in, and after that there was a couple videos. Huh?
To get your credit card.
Yeah, and I mean, there was a couple videos she sent me to, and I looked at a couple of them, and it just wasn't nowhere near as friendly or as comforting as you guys are. That's one thing I like about Success in Minutes is just they make you feel part of the family, really. I just love hearing you guys. I listen to your dad's podcast like almost every day, trying to just get new stuff in my head. I want to absorb it, and yeah, I just could you tell me what like the compensation plan is, or
Yeah. Really, it's very, very simple. We try to make it as basic as possible, and also, in my opinion, we pay out too much. But once again, going back to my father, really is here to help people, and along with helping people is getting people paid. So on an upfront recruiting, if somebody decides to become a pro member or a regular affiliate, we pay out 51% on commissions. So regardless if somebody decides to become a regular member for $15 or a pro member for $99, you either get paid $7.50 or $50. Then what is really unique is we get 100% check matching on your top producers. So if you get 4 pro members, we'll pay you 100% check matching on your top producer. And after that, it's every 3 you get 100% check matching on 1. So very quick example, if all you did was sign up 4 pros, that means you're now making $200 a month. And if one of those pros went out and got 4, that means they're making 200 and you get a check matching off that for $200 as well. So, you know, a total of you signing up 4 and helping one person get 4, then all of a sudden you're making $400 a month residual. And I know that that might not be a lot of money, but I mean, really, is it? You know, they say in America right now that an extra 400 or an extra $500 a month would dramatically improve a household family. I mean, that's like a month's worth of groceries. That's a second car, or even being able to get a car for some families. Pay off debt. I mean, that is really a lot of money, especially in nowadays where, you know, here in California they don't even call it minimum wage anymore. They call it poverty wages. So, you know, if people want to really you know, understand the comp plan, we've got explanations for that, and a calculator that you can really figure out how much money you can make and play with it. But it's really that simple. You know, you just, you get 51% off everybody you bring in, and 100% check matching on your top producers. So that allows you to really go out and focus in helping people, versus in a lot of these companies, you only get paid on your front level people. So you just sign up people, sign up people, sign up people, maybe like the experience you had, Eddie, where, hey, I got your credit card, you learn like I did, because if I take my time away from sponsoring people to help you, it doesn't benefit me whatsoever.
Yes. Okay.
Is that it?
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I don't have any more questions for you. Just thank you for doing this interview with me. I want to thank you very much. It's a blessing to have you get to talk to you all the time. Really, I get to talk to you whenever I have a problem or I want to be happy, or, you know, it's really just uplifting, and that's the one thing I like about Success in Minutes. And
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Eddie, for doing this with me. And, you know, it goes without saying, I always love getting you on the phone and talking with you as well. And I know that you're going to be an incredible, incredible leader. You know, just like I said earlier on in this, the biggest difference between successful and unsuccessful people is successful people go out and put in the work and go through the training. And you've really been going through the stuff, applying it, asking questions. And there's no doubt in my mind you're going to be one of the top affiliates with our company, and also be able to help a lot of people. I know you're in a situation that can really relate with people, and you have a huge network of people that really need help. So I'm looking forward to the future and what we can do together, and how many new family members we can bring aboard, and you can help as well, man. So it's definitely my pleasure to be working with you, dude.
all right, thank you.
Thank you so much, man. Till next one.
All righty.